In the quiet countryside of Kent, England, lies a winding road known as Bluebell Hill. Flanked by lush greenery and dotted with wildflowers, this picturesque route appears serene and inviting. However, as dusk falls and shadows loom, the road reveals a darker secret, the legend of the ghost of Bluebell Hill. This story has been passed down through generations, captivating the hearts and minds of those who dare to venture near. Setting the scene. The legend begins in the early 1970s. Bluebell Hill was already infamous for its history of tragic accidents, but one incident would solidify its reputation forever. On a fateful night, a young woman named Linda was driving home after an evening out with friends. The laughter and joy of the night turned to horror as she lost control of her vehicle, crashing into a tree along the roadside. Her friends, who had been following behind, rushed to the scene, but it was too late. Linda's life was tragically cut short, and her spirit, it is said, became entwined with the very essence of Bluebell Hill. The legend unfolds. As the years passed, tales of Linda's ghost began to circulate among locals. Witnesses reported seeing a woman in white wandering the roadside, often appearing out of thin air, just as drivers approached the hill. Some described her as ethereal, with long flowing hair and a sorrowful expression, while others recounted fleeting glimpses of her silhouette vanishing into the night. The encounters. The first encounter, one cold autumn evening, a couple named Mike and Sarah decided to take a drive along Bluebell Hill. As they turned onto the winding road, they were enchanted by the beauty of the surrounding landscape. However, their enchantment quickly turned to unease when they spotted a figure standing by the roadside. Mike slowed the car, peering out of the window. "Is that someone in a white dress?" he asked, squinting into the darkness. Sarah gasped. "It looks like she's waving for help." As they approached, the figure suddenly vanished, leaving only an eerie silence in its wake. Mike and Sarah exchanged bewildered glances, their hearts racing. They decided to drive on, but the memory of that ghostly figure lingered long after they left the hill. The second encounter, a few weeks later, a group of friends set out to explore the legend for themselves. Armed with flashlights and courage, they parked their car at the entrance of Bluebell Hill. As they walked along the road, the atmosphere grew thick with tension, the air electric with anticipation. One friend, Tom, joked, "If we see her, we should ask her what she wants." His laughter echoed into the night, but it was met with silence. Suddenly, one of the girls, Emily, stopped dead in her tracks. "Look!" she exclaimed, pointing ahead. There, in the distance, stood the figure of a woman in white, her expression hauntingly sorrowful. Tom, trying to quell his fear, called out, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" To their shock, the figure turned and began to walk away, fading into the darkness. The friends, hearts pounding, fled back to their car, their laughter replaced with panic and disbelief. The investigation. Word of the encounters spread, and soon, paranormal investigators arrived to delve into the mystery of Bluebell Hill. They set up equipment along the roadside, hoping to capture evidence of the supernatural. One chilly evening, they gathered their team and began their investigation. As they spoke into their recorders, the atmosphere shifted. A sense of foreboding filled the air, and the night seemed to grow colder. Suddenly, one investigator, Lisa, felt a chill run down her spine. "I think I just saw something over there," she whispered, pointing toward the tree line. The team turned their flashlights in that direction, and within moments, they spotted the figure of the woman once more. This time, she appeared to be standing still, gazing toward the road. "Is it Linda?" one investigator murmured, his voice trembling. Lisa approached cautiously, her heart racing. "Can you hear us? What do you want?" As if responding to their question, the figure raised her hand and pointed down the road, before disappearing into the shadows. The investigators exchanged glances, their hearts pounding with a mix of fear and excitement. The truth revealed. Determined to uncover the truth, the investigators delved into local archives and historical records. They discovered that Linda had been a vibrant young woman with dreams of becoming a nurse. Friends described her as kind-hearted and full of life. The investigation revealed that on the night of her tragic accident, she had been on her way home to her parents' house after visiting a friend. The sudden loss of her life, coupled with the unresolved circumstances surrounding her death, left her spirit tethered to Bluebell Hill. The final encounter. As the investigators pieced together Linda's story, they returned to Bluebell Hill one last time. This time, they were prepared with flowers and a heartfelt message to honor her memory. As they stood by the roadside, Lisa spoke softly, "Linda, we remember you. You are not forgotten. We're sorry for your pain." Just then, a light breeze rustled through the trees, and the temperature dropped. The investigators felt a presence surrounding them, a warmth enveloping their hearts. Suddenly, the figure appeared once more, standing before them in her flowing white dress. This time, her expression was different, calm and serene, as if she had found peace. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice carried by the wind. The investigators watched in awe as Linda's spirit faded into the night, leaving behind a sense of tranquility that had not been present before. The legend of the ghost of Bluebell Hill continues to capture the imagination of locals and visitors alike. No longer just a tale of tragedy, it has transformed into a story of remembrance and healing. Linda's spirit, once lost in sorrow, is now honored and remembered by those who pass through the hill, a reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of love. As the sun sets over Bluebell Hill, the wildflowers sway gently in the breeze, and the road remains a peaceful haven, a place where the past lingers, and the spirit of a young woman watches over all who dare to travel its path.